Since it's been announced that DMZ will no longer be getting content updates, and I assume no more weapon balance changes either, I thought it might be an interesting time to do a highlight on a weapon that's been grabbing most of my attention when it comes to my standard loadout in general, or when I need to do a re-gear run with a single weapon equipped. M13C is probably a gun that a lot of people overlook, especially when it seems to have such terrible recoil, unlike its older and more established brother in the M13B. That is still often being picked as a mid-range powerhouse, even after being nerfed quite a bit. But M13C is a very different gun once you utilize one particular attachment that a lot of DMZ players probably overlook, and that is the Komodo Heavy. A muzzle attachment that would take the place of a suppressor that a lot of DMZ players probably tend to want to cling to. But this attachment completely transforms this gun by cutting down the horizontal recoil on the M13C by 27%, all the while also cutting the little bit of vertical recoil as well at 7%, and it only costs 40 milliseconds in ADS time. Slap on the Komodo Heavy on whatever build you make with this gun and just watch it melt through everything, bots, players, and whatever you throw in front of it. The gun has such a solid ADS that you can get away with basically fully building the gun for maximum range and lowest recoil, and still make it fry pretty much whatever you throw in its way, and even in building 21, where you're dealing with the highest rate of CQC powerhouses like SMGs, RGLs, shotguns, and more shotguns. Actually, I guess not so much RGLs, but my favorite build right now, in fact, is the Komodo Heavy, the 14-inch barrel for maximum extended range and more recoil reduction grip, 60-round magazine, and Chrono Mini Pro, my set of choice. This build is actually more suitable for Ashka and Al Mazrah to pair with a sniper rifle or semi-auto for anything beyond 60 meters. And yet, this thing still shreds up close, as well as out to 40 to 50 meters with relative ease. And that's where the M13C really shines. Once you enable it with a Komodo Heavy, M13C, kind of like the Chimera, in fact even more so than the Chimera, absolutely gets very close to the SMG damage levels right out the gate, starting at 0 meters, and starts to completely shadow the SMG damage levels after 15 meters, all the while keeping up with the mid-range assault rifles, or fully outclassing them, until up to 50 to 60 meter mark, at which point you're better off closing the distance or swapping to a longer range weapon. Outside Al Mazrah, M13C is capable of displacing your need for any other gun except maybe a shotgun or a sniper if you're really handy with either one. And even in Al Mazrah, if your positioning is solid, M13C should more than suffice without the need for you to have to carry a shotgun or SMG. The only downsides with the M13C is the fact that, you'll have to do away with the suppressor to unlock its full potential, and the fact that the bullet velocity does take a bit of a backseat to the rest of its stats, making it not as easy to utilize and compensate its tracking for anything beyond 30 to 50 meters on very actively moving targets, like things that are parachuting down or what have you. And if you're not convinced, check out this clip where Fixate, a streamer I quite respect, mistook my M13C for SMG after running into it.
Did they already kill Wally? Wow, those are good shots, actually. Those are good shots. I didn't miss either. That one guy was hitting his shots, dude. I should have stayed to see what weapon he shot me with. I'm actually curious.
I see him.
I'm just gonna leave the rest of the M13C clips I've gathered here for the rest of the video. I hope this video gave you a second thought for consideration for the painfully underused M13C. And as long as the queues for getting into DMZ lobbies don't slow down too much after Warzone 3 releases, I do plan on keep playing DMZ and probably even continue to make DMZ content. So please do drop a like for the video if you like it, to help me kind of boost engagement, and please feel free to subscribe for more content.
Oh, behind me, what the fuck?